What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode where we're going to talk about Ubisoft getting hacked. In the last few weeks alone, some pretty major companies have been hacked. NVIDIA, Samsung, among others. Now, how the filth, floor, and filth do these hackers get into these massive money-printing companies? If you remember, we just talked about hackers using virtual meeting platforms for phishing campaigns. We also talked about Microsoft accounts being targeted by hackers. Now, in that episode, we were talking about the Russians doing it, but any of these types of phishing hacks could just as easily be used to trick an employee into installing a backdoor, giving attackers access to the network. Now, if you missed the episode on the attackers using virtual meeting platforms, and again, you should watch that episode, the link is above. The link to the targeting of the Microsoft accounts is here somewhere. Now, I hope you watched the full episode, but if not, you can now skip directly to my insights at the end of the episode, right from the timeline below. For the rest of you, let's go through the story together and see what we can learn to protect ourselves and others.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Video game production giant Ubisoft stated it experienced a cybersecurity incident sometime last week. Last week, Ubisoft experienced a cybersecurity incident that caused temporary disruption to some of our games, systems, and services, says the company in a succinct news release. Our IT teams are working with leading external experts to investigate the issue. As a precautionary measure, we initiated a company-wide password reset headquartered in Montreuil, I guess that's how you pronounce it. With its studios around the world, the game maker has repeatedly produced hit titles including Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, For Honor, Just Dance, Prince of Persia, Rabbids, Rayman, Tom Clancy's, and Watch Dogs. On March 4th, users on Twitter and Down Detector did report issues accessing some of the Ubisoft services that appear to be linked to this incident. Congratulations, you're doing a great job by wanting to learn about the Ubisoft security incident, otherwise known as getting hacked. I appreciate your support by watching my episode about it. If you're new to my channel and have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel and smashing the bell to be notified when I upload new episodes where I give you insights into the newest, important cybersecurity news stories like this one. With my insights, you can be better prepared to protect your company, your family, and of course yourself, against these and other cyber attacks. So, hit the subscribe button now and let's continue to learn about this story together. At the time of the report, there is no evidence indicating any personal information of players was exposed during the incident. The company confirmed that all Ubisoft games and services are now functioning normally. News of Ubisoft confirming the cybersecurity incident was first reported by The Verge. The new hot name in this incident is LAPSUS. What's interesting about LAPSUS is that the attackers have not just stolen credentials or business-related content, but they went straight for the source code of the targeted company's proprietary firmware. Admins of LAPSUS Telegram group reacted to The Verge's initial report with a smirk emoji, insinuating that LAPSUS is behind the hack. LAPSUS has previously leaked gigabytes of proprietary data purportedly stolen from leading companies like Samsung, NVIDIA, and Mercado Libre. Confirmed this month they had suffered a breach. Some of the advanced attacks led by LAPSUS were the ones targeting NVIDIA as well as Samsung. In the case of NVIDIA, the gang stole and leaked the credentials of more than 71,000 NVIDIA employees, source code of NVIDIA's DLSS or Deep Learning Super Sampling AI rendering technology, and information about 6 supposed unannounced GPUs. LAPSUS also announced on a Telegram channel that it had breached Samsung and offered some evidence including biometric authentication information and source code from both Samsung and one of its suppliers, Qualcomm. Data extortion groups like LAPSUS breach victims, but as opposed to encrypting confidential files like a ransomware operator would, these actors steal and hold on to victims' proprietary data and publish it should their extortion demands not be met. So what can we learn? Well, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Ubisoft is a 1.85 billion euro in revenues company. If a company of this size can be hacked, what do you think your company's chances are? The bottom line is that the chances are very high that no special trick, no secret handshake, and no magic spell was used to hack Ubisoft. The chances are very high nowadays that they either fell victim to a hack of some vulnerable system like Microsoft Exchange server, or they had some super weak credentials for their VPN or remote desktop, Again, in the story, as a precaution, they had a company-wide password reset. Or maybe some poor schmuck at the company fell for a phishing campaign that installed a backdoor on their machine and then allowed attackers to move laterally through the network, sucking up data as they went along. What I could say is that Ubisoft, again, a $1.85 billion revenue company, seems to have a really poor infrastructure monitoring setup. Yes, they may have thousands of computers and servers, but that's all the more reason to implement an automated monitoring mechanism, one that triggers alerts and notifications if, say, certain users, like admins, access systems in unusual patterns. Maybe tunneling through, numerous machines within the network and sucking up data or transferring data. Or you can monitor traffic and data transfer within the network. If you monitor correctly, it's kind of hard to miss 970 gigabytes or 2 terabytes or 20 terabytes, whatever, traveling around the network and then transferring out of the network. Oh yeah, you could say, HTTPS traffic that's used by a lot of these gangs is difficult to track, but your firewall, your routers, managed switches, and the systems themselves should be able to monitor for anomalies. Especially if your company makes $1.85 billion in revenues a year. For the rest of us piker companies, we have to fight for budget just to do this bare minimum, and we all know, at least I hope we know, that that's not nearly enough. Maybe you can use all the cases I've presented in various episodes here on YouTube to convince management in your company to step up their game and increase budget and resources to cybersecurity, or they risk the fate of NVIDIA and Samsung losing trade secrets, and now Ubisoft. The stakes are just too high not to do. With that, I say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride!